Hey John, how's it going tonight?
Doing really well. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good myself, sir. Thanks. Yeah, so obviously I gave you that text yesterday, and we kind of ended up on a conversation that under certain conditions you may consider rent to own slash lease option situation.
Right.
And have you considered on what kind of terms or conditions that you would entertain that?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, first of all, let me let's do the pleasantries first. Um, are you looking for this house for yourself, or is that part of your job that you help people find houses?
Correct. I help sellers and help sellers in that regard, and I help buyers find houses as well.
Okay. Well, I've got a special place in my heart because I've had my credit at nothing and had to rent and didn't get anything for it. So I totally understand where somebody's coming from when they've got bad credit because sometimes it's your fault, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you get into things you didn't know you were getting into. But my conditions would be that I can't rent to own for somebody that would take 5 years to get their credit back good.
Okay. Okay.
That wouldn't be because I could sell this thing in 5 years definitely. More than what I owe on it. I wouldn't want to rent to somebody for 5 years and then just keep having to worry about taxes and not paying the insurance and that kind of thing. So I would want some sort of contract with somebody that if they didn't get to where they could fix their credit and buy it outright in a certain amount of time, they'd be penalized for something. Now, I'm not looking to kick anybody out if they're a good renter, but I'm also not looking to rent for the rest of my life.
Definitely, John. Definitely.
That's just sort of the thing. I would expect somebody to sign a contract saying that whatever they put towards the house as rent does go towards buying it. That's fair to me. However, if they assume the responsibility for fixing anything up or whatever, we'd have to have some sort of conditions on, if at 2 o'clock in the morning the toilet goes, is that their responsibility or mine? So, of course, that would have to be hashed out too.
Definitely, John. All right, yeah, definitely. So I definitely see where you're coming from, and I first want to start off with all the buyers that I select, all the buyers that I do my marketing on, and I acquire through my database. They're all buyers that are serious. They're professionals, and have your screening. And if somebody's serious about buying a house, then it has to be within a reasonable time frame, as you mentioned. If it's somebody that can't fit within a reasonable time frame, then I know that there's something up. I know that there's something not right with the situation. So everybody that would be coming in my database that I would present, are serious home buyers. They want to buy more than anybody else out in the market. I can guarantee that. And as far as the maintenance and repairs, since these are really really serious buyers, usually typically we have in a contract that the new tenant buyer would be responsible for all repairs and maintenance. So toilet goes in the middle of the night and stuff like that, they know ahead of time, hey, I'm looking to buy this house down the road, so any repairs from here on out are my responsibility. And that is dictated to them in the very beginning before anything is signed. That is clear.
Right, and I'm not saying I wouldn't be, if I met whoever it was and they were good tenants, of course I wouldn't mind helping out where I could. But financially, I'm trying to get rid of a house. Owning two houses in the same town is not what I want to do with my life. I'd rather own a house here, a house at the beach, or in the mountains. So, apparently you do this a pretty good bit, and so you screen your own. Are you selling directly to the person who is looking to buy the house, or are you selling to companies who are doing that for people?
Oh no, this would only just be between you and me and the new buyer.
Okay, so there's not a fourth party.
No, there's not a fourth party. There is my partner who, I've done thousands of deals. He's 65, so he's done tens of thousands. But he would just be kind of overlooking, just kind of following up behind me, making sure everything's good.
Well, let me ask you a question. What if everything went well? You found somebody, a couple, a single, a family or whatever, that wanted to move in. And you sound like you're from the Midwest. I'm assuming it almost sounds kind of Minneapolis, but I don't know if you're that far north.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, okay. I guess you are that far north, but if they moved to, Florida's home market is going back up. There's a lot of construction going on. Banks and credit unions are now in the point where they're willing to lend money because the economy is recovering. If they did come in and they signed a 2-year agreement, and within 6 months they could find a lending partner who said, "Well, we need to money buy this thing. Everything's closed out then? Are they ready to buy then, or do they still want to do the 2 years and wait to get the money?"
Oh, that's a very good question, John. And I actually moved from Wisconsin close to a year ago to Florida. I'm actually in Orlando currently. So I definitely know what you're talking about as far as the new construction. It is crazy. Off the wall. I assume it's similar to where you're at too.
North Florida is at least as good or better in Panama City and Fort Walton Beach.
Oh, definitely. Well, to answer your question, John, is like I said about these buyers, they're looking for any way that they can buy a house as fast as possible, assuming that it's ethical and moral. As long as it's within the confines of legality and everything, they're willing to buy the day. And as hardworking as they are, they deserve it, because, like you said, some people are penalized because of student loans, that they just have to pay down a little bit. But like you said, now banks are starting to loosen their grip on just knowing, okay, well, all right, well, it wasn't that you neglected to pay your bills, it's student loans, you shouldn't be penalized for that. I'm a lawyer now, but I still have outstanding balances. Okay, well, it's that situation now that banks are starting to look at people's situation, more prevalent.
Right. Well, and ruining your credit takes a day. Recovering your credit takes a year or more. That's the problem. Is ruining it is so easy, and recovering it is so hard. And I've never really agreed with that, but I understand where they're coming from, the credit bureaus. But and I'm certainly open to everything you're saying. I don't know, do I need to provide a contract for somebody? Is that something you already have on hand? If you found somebody that matched and wanted to do that, do we meet first and talk? Can I show them the place? Do you show them the place? How does that all work?
Yeah, definitely. So what we'd like to do right from here, is just to get a little bit more information from you, saying just to make sure that, that we're providing the best deal for everybody. Just for you and all the parties included as well, whether it's a single person, or a couple, probably most likely an older couple. So after I gather that information, typically what would happen after that, I contact my partner, he would contact you, we go a little bit more details, and then we provide, just a contract that we have on hand. And that contract goes ahead and it allows us to go in our database and search for the best qualified buyer for the situation. Somebody that's, good job, good income, salaried, or own their own business. Let me add that again as well, is because a lot of people are 1099, independent business owners, and that kind of prohibits them as well from getting a loan. So you great income, 6-figure earners as well. But, again, some banks are looking for the, W-2 person opposed from the independent business owner. So then what we do is after we found a buyer, we'd contact you, and we want to make sure that you approve of the buyer. I wouldn't send you anybody that I don't approve of or we don't approve of, period. But we definitely want to make sure that you meet the buyer. You can show them the house. They understand the house. They like the house, and that most importantly, you like them.
Right. If you and I and your partner enter into any kind of agreement, does that keep me from selling it to somebody else in the meantime?
No. We usually.
Now, I wouldn't sell it out from under a renter who was renting the home, because we would be under contract. But before that time, if somebody showed up and said, "I've got this much cash, I want your house today," does that void our contract with each other?
If somebody came and they're just like, "Look, we want to buy that house today," my best answer for that is go ahead and sell. There's nothing stopping you. We don't want to stop you. That we're in the, we do this to help people, obviously, make it a win-win for everybody. But definitely don't want to stop you from doing what your goal is in the end is obviously to not have two houses.
Well, not two in the same town. I can promise you. This town's not very big, so that's the reason. We consider that house our summer home because it's up further north.
Oh, definitely.
Only 2 miles.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see where that'd be a slight issue right there.
Right.
Okay, so you said that again that you could sell the house for more than what you owe on it. Speaking of that, what about do you owe on the property?
Oh, around 115. I don't know exactly what the payoff is.
Okay,
but it's around that number.
Okay, and what would be the monthly payment on a mortgage like that?
You talking about without the escrow?
Yeah.
The monthly payment is probably about, I'm going to assume, because everything I've got is in escrow. So, everything's rolled in together.
Oh, it is.
I'm going to assume it's 600 or a little less.
Okay, or just under. And then when you say everything's rolled in the escrow, are you saying as far as like taxes?
Taxes and insurance is all rolled together.
Okay, and what would you say it would be with everything included?
It's 718 and some change right now. But now I've got renter's insurance too. I canceled my full coverage. Right now it's just the structures and the land.
Okay, between the monthly payment.
Monthly payment is 718 and some change.
718. Okay. 718. And that's with the taxes and insurance and
taxes, insurance, and
principal. Okay.
And interest, obviously.
Right. Yeah, that's a pretty good payment. And is there a second mortgage by any chance?
There is not.
Okay. And I can kind of assume is there any amount in the arrears, or is the payment current?
Yes.
Okay. So no amount in the arrears at all.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't miss payments anymore.
Definitely. And what would you say? And then what is your asking price?
Right now, I'm only listing it on Zillow because I just wanted to see if there was a chance it would sell straight up without doing any repairs to it, which is livable now. I lived there for 7 years, and without doing any major maintenance or upkeep or anything like that. Right now, it's at 127.
Okay.
I started off at 133, and I came down $3,000 twice.
Right. Okay.
And I'm still in the negotiating phase with anybody who's willing to buy.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, if somebody wanted to buy it outright, the price is much better than somebody who wants to rent it home.
Definitely.
I still hold some liability if I have a renter.
Definitely, John. Definitely. And what would you say would be the absolute best price that you could probably do on that property?
I'd have to think about that. I'm telling you, it depends on who's buying it.
Definitely.
If it's rent to own, I could probably go. For exactly what I paid for it, 123.5. That's in the tax records and everything. That can be shown as that's exactly what I paid for it, and I got 100% loan. I got an FHA loan because it's got 10 acres, and so I had a federal program to buy the house several years ago, and 123.5 would be the best I could do for as much as I've done to it.
Definitely, 100%. And is that, and are you currently living in that property as of right now?
I am not.
Oh, and so is it vacant?
It's basically being used as storage, but I go over there, 3 or 4 times a week and mow grass and vacuum and do everything you're supposed to do normally, but it's not being lived in.
Okay, no problem. No
and
problem.
I have a really good neighbor that lives next door that takes care of everything when I'm not there.
Oh,
He
definitely.
wants to help the people and make sure he calls me when somebody drives up the driveway. He's got a private drive, so when people drive up, he makes sure he calls me or
Oh, definitely.
just make sure he knows or I know that somebody's there.
Definitely. Yeah, that's always good to, to have somebody that can, watch your property for you. That is.
Oh yeah. He's been excellent about it. He's helped me out now. He's been living next door to me now for over 5 years, and he's helped me out a ton.
Yeah, definitely. I actually have a guy that, he actually lives by me, and he actually has this parrot that he's always squawking and everything. If I could borrow your neighbor one day, is that he can watch my neighbors. When he leaves, I can go strangle the parrot. That would that would be ideal. Yeah, definitely. So does the house have any repairs?
You talking about repairs that are needed?
Correct.
Nothing more than general maintenance. There's some carpet that probably needs to be either replaced or sectioned out and something done with it. I've got some tile in the bathrooms and 1 or 2 of them may be cracked. Other than that, there's a hot water heater. The hot water heater is good. It's the timer. It's not working. And so it has to be reset by hand. It won't do it on a certain time every day. So it's just little things here and there.
Okay.
I put a new roof on it. I put new air conditioning in it. I put 3 new toilets, 3 new sinks, a new bathtub shower. Tile, obviously. I ripped out all the old carpet on the stairs and made them back to hardwood. And then landscaped it myself, new porch, new paint, built a deck onto the side. I would imagine I probably added $15,000 or $20,000 of my own money into it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. And is it a 2-bedroom from what I've seen?
It is a 2-bedroom.
2 bedrooms. The 2 bedrooms are upstairs.
Yes, 2-bedroom, 1.5 baths. The 1.5 bath downstairs and a full bath upstairs between the 2 bedrooms.
Okay, definitely. And is it a single or detached garage?
There is no garage. It has an outbuilding, but it's like a workshop.
Oh, okay. That's no problem. And just so I get it right, the square footage.
I think it's 1434. Heated and cold. It's probably, it's 1,500 or 1,600 with the porches and deck. So I built a 3-tiered deck that's good. Added about 200 square foot.
Okay. Okay, definitely. And
And it does have a fireplace with the insert,
okay.
a brick fireplace with the insert that heats the whole house when it's really cold.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that sounds real nice. Okay, then not too much longer. A few more questions for you. And what is the reason why you're selling?
The only reason is I got another house. I've got when I married my wife, and she's got the same acreage I do, with a place already that's almost paid for, with a lake, and we're going to build a house across the pond or the lake. And when all the kids move out, we'll be building a house across the pond. And I mean, there'd be no reason to own three houses.
Well, definitely. It sounds like you got it mapped out pretty well, don't you?
Yeah, and she and I actually were going to move into that house and add on a bed and bath on the bottom because we found a way to do it for about $30,000. And if I added on a master bed and bath at the bottom, a buddy of mine who's an appraiser said he would most likely appraise it 100 with that 10 acres because it's in town. Walking distance to the elementary school, walking distance to the grocery store, and churches and all that stuff. And the only reason we didn't do that is because her land has a pond. We like fishing. We didn't want to dig a pond and build on. So we just decided we build our own house eventually.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And do you have a builder selected already?
No, did not. We were having plans growing up, and then we decided we were going to go another route. Decided that she always looked at it as, that would be added on to somebody else's green. We ought to build our own green. So I took her advice on that, and we're just going to build out here eventually.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Very nice. Well, you'll definitely have to give me the finishing touch pictures. I definitely wanna see it when it's all done.
Yeah, we've got 2 left of the house. One's going to be in 11th grade, and one's going to be in 9th grade. So we've got 3 years to save for our dream house, basically.
That's great. That's great. With hard work, you deserve the fruits of the labor at the end of the day.
I hope so. I hope it's in store for us. I don't want to build a money pit or anything. But
Right. Well, everything has a way of working itself out, doesn't it?
That's right. I don't need a new house to be happy. I just wanted to give her a house. That's all I wanted to do. So.
Very great, Jim. Very great. And looks like that's everything that I need. The payments, like we discussed, is PITI, right? Principals, insurance, taxes, interest. That's
That's all in. Yep.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, it looks like that's all I need. What's a good time for you tomorrow?
Let's see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. You could probably call me anytime. The best thing to probably do is text me. If you know you're going to be able to call like at 9 o'clock, just text me and say at 9 o'clock my time. I guess that'd be 10 your time if you're in Orlando. But if you knew you could call me at 10 o'clock your time, just text me at 9:45 and say, will you be available at 10? Because I'm a civil engineer and we do all our work with the state of Florida. So a lot of times I'm on the phone and I'd hate to miss your call because I'm on the phone, but I cannot get off of that call if I'm talking to the state of Florida.
Oh, definitely. So would that be, you said 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.?
No, 10 a.m. You can call me anytime. I'm
Okay.
just saying, if you would, just if you get a chance, just text me about 15 minutes before, and I'll text you back and say, yeah, we're available at 10.
Okay.
I'll make room.
Okay. Yeah, that's
But we've got several projects in construction, so I get calls all the time from contractors and CEIs saying, hey, we got a problem here, we need to do this. And
Definitely, definitely. Okay, yeah. I will. So I'll text you
But
15.
like 10 o'clock your time would be perfect because that's 9 my time.
That'd be 9 your time. Okay.
Right, that gives me a couple hours to put fires out when I get to work and then have some downtime.
Okay. So you think I should probably call you around, give you a text around 9:45, and then, see if you, well, maybe 9:30, give you some time to text back, and then see, let you know that I'm on for 10 a.m.
Oh,
my
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, and if anything comes up or changes, is there any time later that day that would work?
I'd probably go as far as like after lunch, probably 2 your time, 1 my time, and then from there on in the afternoon, it's just touch and go.
Right, kind of like tonight, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I mean, I can take calls after work too, so that's pretty easy for me to do. So if something happened, you need to call me at 6 your time, 5 my time.
Gotcha.
That'll be fine.
Definitely, John. Definitely. Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll shoot for tomorrow around that time. If anything changes, then I'll text you again and say, all right, aim for like 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock my time, 1 o'clock your time, and we'll go from there.
Right. Perfect.
Hey, John, it was a pleasure speaking to you.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine.
Definitely, John. I hope you have a great night and get some good rest.
All right. You too. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Take care.